This right here is the little board that you've got on the way.
Yes.
And it is, I guess I am going to go back to, well, I am spotlighting. Okay. You can see on my camera, here's the board right here. And literally, these two boards are plugged in. If I move the light over here, yeah, that makes it a little easier to see. They're plugged in parallel. If I pull this thing off my breadboard, you can see there's no wires in there. Mm-hmm. This has got some pins. In fact, there you can see pins, right? And all I did was I plugged it in. It's not on the rails. That would not be helpful. But it's plugged in to the pins there on the top. And these things are made so that then I can take these pins and line them up one for one in the same rows, just like that. And the wiring between them is done. It's that easy.
That's super nice.
Yes, it is. Then back to the share screen. In order for this to work, you only need 4 wires. And they are +5. Actually, I'm trying to be neat about this. So let me do it this way. Because then I have a slide that's keepable. So that's what these 4 connections are. And if I look at this, whoops, pencil. Is that wire right there? And SDA is that wire right there. +5 and ground, I trust you can identify.
Yep.
Now the beauty, among the several things that are cool about this, these 3 pins, let me change colors even. Those 3 pins right there are address pins. This thing by default has an address of hex 27. And you can, by adding shorts across here, change the address so it can be something from 27 to 20. So you could have 8 of these things, and all you do is you give each board its own +5 and ground, and then you daisy chain these 2 wires over to the other side to the next board. And you just move this same bus on down to the next boards, and you could have multiple displays. You have to do the little bit of wiring, and you have to change the address so that each board has a unique address.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask if there's a way to add multiple of these, or
well, that's exactly how you do it.
Yeah.
So they each have to have their own +5 and ground, but you daisy chain the SCL and the SDA leads, and they're labeled here. They're also labeled on the board. So you've got the label on the Arduino end, you've got the label on this end, you just connect them together. So the only
Nice.
real challenge is if you were going to change the addresses, you have to do some soldering over here. Because they did, yeah, it's solder. Well, yeah, I think they did. I don't think they put holes in it for headers. No, they didn't. Not that lucky. It'd be nice if they'd put jumpers in there. Mike, talk to them and get on that right away. Make them fix that. I know you've got the power. Now, the other thing you need to know is that there is a library that you use for this, and you can see its name there on the screen. It's called LCD_I2C. It has all the same function calls that the liquid crystal library has that I talked about in the slide deck. Plus it has 2 more. Backlight and no backlight.
Okay.
You'll never guess what it does.
Turns on and off the backlight.
Yeah, it's that easy. You don't even have to do any other pins or anything like that.
Gotcha.
This board also has the contrast pot on it. So there is literally no extra wiring to do here.